Close enough. Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. My name is Noah Kellman and I am here to teach you everything that I know about jazz piano. Today we are diving into giant steps but played in the stride style. So this is pretty tricky stuff, but it's really fun, and once you get the hang of this, it can really take you far. It really gets your stride technique feeling awesome. But really quick, if you're new to the channel, please consider clicking subscribe and hitting the bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss any more videos just like this one. And if you already know me and like my content, please consider smashing that like button because that really helps me and the channel out. By the way, last announcement, my Jazz Piano Secrets course, which contains a full 12-week method that I like to call the Neo Jazz Piano Method, is opening up for the first time since October with limited slots very soon. If you're not already on the wait list, be sure to go to join.jazzpianosecrets.com, and there you can join that wait list so you'll be the first to know about the details of the course and also when it is opening up officially. All right, without any further ado, let's dive into giant steps as a stride piano piece. So where do we start? Let's start with the left hand. So as you probably already know, stride piano consists of essentially playing a bass note and then a left hand chord, right? So a lot of these chords are what are called major 6 chords, so 1, 3, 5, 6 in different inversions, right? So for an inversion, we just move the notes all up the chord, put the bottom note on top, bottom note on top. But I also like to use some slightly more complex rootless left-hand voicing. So this one is 7, 9, 3, 5. And then the key here is we want to start by just doing a simple bass note in the left hand and then finding voicings that have really nice voice leading from one to the next. When I say nice voice leading, that means we don't want to be jumping all around the piano, even while we actually are jumping all around for a stride. But with these left hand voicings, we don't want to do, B major here and then D7 down here and then G major up here and then B flat 7 down here, right? That sounds disjointed even with stride piano. So you kind of want to think of it like this. The bass is maybe the bass player, and then the chords maybe are the pianist, right? And then of course the right hand is maybe a horn or a melodic instrument. So we still want to use good voice leading from chord to chord, so I like to do this. Or something like that. So you can see that all my left-hand chords are really in the same vicinity. So of course the changes to giant steps, we're going B major to D7 to G major to B flat 7 to E flat major 7, and of course this is commonly referred to as a Coltrane cycle because this song was written by John Coltrane and this pattern was established by him. So for me, what's most important here is, can we get one of these cycles down? So can we get the first one down? So again, B major 7 to D7 to G major 7 to B flat 7 to E flat major 7. Next step in the left hand, once we get these left-hand voicings down, by the way, feel free to stop and start the video and even steal mine if you feel like it, or feel free to come up with your own. So once we get these down with a simple bass note stride piano, next up we can make the left hand a little bit more complicated. So we can use fifths, sevenths, or even tenths. Now I cannot reach a tenth with a black note just by itself, but I can roll it, or I can kind of jump it. So we could do. If we wanted to practice just tenths, personally what I do is a mix. So what I like to do is maybe start with a fifth here, tenth for the D, definitely a tenth for the G because I can reach that white note tenth easily. And then I'll probably do just a seventh chord here for the B flat. 1, 3, flat 7. So. And when we land on an E flat, this chord lasts for the whole bar, right? So we can do 1, 5, and then here, 1, 2, 5, right? So this is really it when it comes to the left hand. It's just a matter of getting this pattern down with your left hand voicing. So I would not even think of the right hand until you get that down. So there I did a little common walking pattern. 1, 2 minor, 3 minor, right? So we're just moving tenths up a major scale. Then we land on the D as a little sus to 7 thing. So D sus to D7. Do that again. Sometimes I'll just do a bass note, right? This is tricky stuff. It's okay if you trip up a little bit. I'm tripping up. Next up, let's get the right hand. So just the melody, maybe we can do it in octaves here. I kind of messed up at the end there. Another thing I'm doing in the left hand that really does kind of spice it up, make it a little bit more pro, is sometimes I will do 7th chords a half step below the chord we're landing on or above the chord we're landing on. I actually did do a video about passing chords pretty recently, so you can check that out. I will link it, and that'll explain that concept in full. But so we're doing, let's say we're doing A minor to D7. We'll just do that. We'll do A minor, E flat 7 to D7. Or we could do A minor, D flat 7 to D7, right? Or all right, so again, let's just get the melody in octaves and then the left hand going. Now really quick, I do just want to tell you a story. When I was 12 years old, I went to the Skidmore Jazz Institute. It was I think a 2-week summer jazz camp. And so I was 12 and there was a high school, I believe, junior or senior there by the name of John Batiste. And John was already incredible even back then. And I'll never forget this. So I was the only kid who decided to bring a full-size weighted keyboard to my bedroom because it wasn't that far of a drive for my family and me. So I decided I'm going to bring it so I can practice in my room. So I brought the keyboard, and one night John just felt like playing. So he knocked on my door, I let him in, and he just kind of went over to the keyboard, sat down, and then he played giant steps stride in all keys, just kind of flawless, one key after the other. Then he just left, and I was just like, my mouth just was hanging open hearing it. It was just incredible. So that is actually kind of what inspired me to first really do this, to really want to get giant steps down this way. And it's just a great memory, a really inspiring memory. So I wanted to share it with you all. Now, next up, we're gonna do just the right hand alone, and what we're gonna do is octave chords. This is another thing I've talked about on my channel in different stride videos. So we literally just wanna take the triadic notes of a chord. So here I'm kind of taking the notes of a B major 9, and then we're just kind of filling out the chords in the middle, doing these little right hand chords. So that's like a B flat 7 flat 9 by doing this G major. So you could even just play a bass note in your left hand to get these. And there we get the flat 9 again. flat 9 here, and a 13. And so here is an interesting spot. I'll actually let that right hand thumb go. So we want to kind of get this. Ooh, not that. Okay, so that's pretty simple, right? So next up, we put the two hands together, and this is tricky, so we take it slow. Let's try again. All right, we're really starting to get there now. By the way, if you do want to learn this in all keys, I actually have sheet music written out with giant steps in all keys, just like this. And that is at jazzpianoconcepts.com/store. You will find it in 20 killer stride piano exercises. So this is a PDF I released a couple years ago. It has actually 19 other exercises that I think are awesome and kind of in sequential order for getting your stride chops right up to par, and then also adding in all sorts of great embellishments. Again, 20 killer stride piano exercises at jazzpianoconcepts.com/store, and you will find this giant steps arrangement written out in all keys there if you want to practice it. So finally, we start to add in some little embellishments, and at this point we should be getting pretty comfortable with the melody and left hand stride. So one of my favorite ones is to literally just take my fourth finger and just add in kind of like a passing note or an approach note. Okay, what did I do there? So let's get this. So this is a little technique I've talked about before with octave chords. So we can take little melody notes from around the melody. That's our melody, right? So we use a little passing octave note. So let's try that. There we go. That sounds nice. You probably wouldn't want to do it quite this much. So once you get a little bit more comfortable with the octave chords, you can actually move diatonically with the chords, almost like you're soloing, but at a much simpler level, and do some nice melodic embellishments. So I started stealing some techniques from Errol Garner there, and I actually do have a fun video which is how to sound like Errol Garner. So if you want to steal some of those techniques, by all means, feel free to check out that video. All right, and from then on, it's just about getting comfortable enough with the left hand that you can also do some soloing, right? So honestly, I'm a bit rusty there. If I was gonna actually perform this, I would wanna really, spend a week playing this and getting really, really confident with it again, making it more second nature, because I'm still right now kind of more at a point where it's been long enough that I have to think about that left hand to really kind of nail it. And it's causing me to just be thinking about too many things at once. So you wanna take this with a metronome, get it down slow first, and then slowly move it faster. Take it piece by piece, as we did in today's tutorial. All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video really, really useful. And if you did, please be sure to hit the like button. Also, if you want to actually learn this giant steps arrangement and have it written out for you and written in all keys, check out 20 killer stride piano exercises at jazzpianoconcepts.com/store. Every single sale goes straight to helping me make more videos just like this one, so I really, really appreciate it. Oh, and by the way, if this is the first video of mine you've seen, please consider clicking subscribe and hitting the bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss any more videos just like this one. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.